Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Brienne from Beyond Breation, and in today's video we have our April 2023 scrapbook layout. So for the April 2023 scrapbook layout, I wanted to use this embroidery die that I got in my Crafter's Companion April craft kit. So I have already used this die. So this die is what makes this piece right here. And I have cut out 2 pieces of cardstock using that die. And I haven't poked out all of the little holes on this one, but I did double check them and they can all push out. They just haven't fallen out. And what I did was, this measures about 4.5 by 5.5 inches. And I scored it at 1/2 inch and at 2.5 inches, because my idea is I want to make kind of like this was my sample here. I want to make little gatefold doors. So I want this to be stuck down and I want them to open. And then in the center, I want there to be a photograph. So that is kind of what I am wanting this layout to be. So I'll have them a bit further apart and they'll open and they will reveal a photo beneath the little gatefolds. So that is my going idea. We'll see how well I can execute it. So that is the die that I used. The craft kit came with embroidery floss as well, but I don't know that I want to use these vibrant colors that came in the kit. One of my lockdown projects was embroidering on canvas. So I have tons and tons of embroidery floss. So what I think I'm gonna do is kind of go through my stash here, and I'm gonna pull out some more muted colors that I think will go well with the paper that came in the kit. Okay, so I also found an ombre yellow embroidery floss that I think I'm going to use for the centers, but I kept this one out just in case that is what I want to use. So all in all, I have this for the greenery, I have these 2 yellows for the flower centers, and then I have these baby blue, purple, and pink for the flowers. Those are the flosses that I picked. And then here is the embroidery needle. I have that in here. It has a dull tip, so we don't have to worry about poking ourselves. And what I am going to do first is I am going to get started on the actual embroidering, because I think that is actually going to take me quite a while to do. I don't know if I will show myself embroidering the entire thing, just because I think it's going to take me longer than I anticipate it taking me. So I will probably do a little time lapse of that just as I begin it. And then I will come back and I will show you the finished product of both of these. And because I'm doing 2, it's going to take me extra long. So we'll see how long it kind of takes me. And it might take me a while to get the technique of doing it. I think for the most part, I am more or less just going to be copying this exactly, just because I've never done embroidery on paper like this, and there's just a lot of dots without really a rhyme or a reason. So I think I'm going to copy this and use that just as my base, and then I will come back and I'll show you where we got to. Okay, so now that I have the technique, at least for these greenery pieces, I figured I would just pop in and not in time lapse and show you guys what I'm doing. So you just thread the needle up through the hole, just like that. And I just am using, there are just 2 pieces of embroidery floss here. So I'm coming up through the bottom and I am going down in through the first hole there, and then I'm just coming, at least for these greenery pieces, I'm coming back up through that first hole, and I am kind of going in a bit of a fashion where I come up through the bottom and into that next hole. So I'm coming up in through the bottom. I have done the first 1, 2, 3, and then I am going into that top one And I am just doing that exact same process for all of these green leaves. So it is quite simple and it is quite actually quick. At least it is for using the little template that I am looking at. So it's really helpful to see amongst all of the holes kind of where the green pieces are. But yeah, that is the process that I'm doing so far for the leaves. I'm going to finish that up on both, and then I'm going to move on to one of the flowers. Okay, so they are done. This is how they turned out. Are they absolutely adorable? Yes. Do I love them? Yes. Are they pretty? Absolutely. However, would I ever spend 3.5, almost 4 hours to make these two again? Probably not. It was a lot of work, and it wasn't a lot of work. It just took a lot of time to do these two embroidered pieces. So I don't think that this is something that I am going to be reaching for anytime soon, but for the purposes of this layout, I am glad that I did it. But that being said, it was very time consuming. And they're pretty. It sucks because they're pretty and I love them. And they are just so delicate looking. But the fact that these took me like 3.5 hours, it just boggles my mind. And it is all for a layout. And I don't know. These are designed to be like a card kit. And I can't imagine spending that much time to make a card. So anyways, it's done. We did it. That's what matters. So now I'm going to just have to cover up the back of these just because you can see where all the stitching is on the back. But other than that, I can just go ahead and fold these down along my score lines. And I made my little Z fold, gate fold. So that is how that looks once it's all folded. Like that. And I haven't quite decided which piece I want to be the background, if I want it to be the pink. I think I want it to be the blue. And then I think I might line this with the pink. Yeah, I think that is what I am going to do. Trimmer, and I'm going to get that trimmed. Just need to confirm the size. 2 inches, and then it's by 5.5. Just confirm that that fits. It is just a tad bit bigger than that. So I'm just going to go in there like that, and now it should fit perfectly. Okay, so 2 inches again, 5.5, and we will go in and make sure this one also measures 5.5, and it looks like this one does. Perfect. Okay, so I am going to come in with my double-sided tape, and I am going to just put it down on the back side, and this will also help make sure that those embroidery pieces aren't gonna go anywhere. And it will hold them in place. And then I am going to just line this up down here as best as I can. And I am going to just fold this down. Just like that. And then I will just, there is that little bit here that I will just come in and trim. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Burnish that down. And there we have our two gatefolds. And now what we're going to do is we are going to get to work on our base piece here. So the idea that I have is something like this, where we're going to have the edges showing, and then we will have our gatefold here in the center. There will be a little bit of a peeky depending on the size of photo that I pick. And then these are going to open to reveal the photo, and then I might get some little floral die cuts in there. I'll see if I have something that matches this paper, and we will go from there. So my idea with this is I have this piece of cardstock here, and I have cut this down to be, it is 4 inches or just slightly over 4 by 5 3/8, nope, 5 1/16, so just a notch under 5 1/2. And that is gonna fit perfectly underneath these two pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some double-sided tape to the underside, I think. Let me just double check. Yes, to this side here like this on both of these. And then I'm gonna stick this to the underside, and I'm gonna line it up as best as I can. Fit it in the center there. So it'll be like that. There we go. Like that. And I'm going to do the same with this side. Okay. Get that as centered. I want these to line up. Just like that. And I'm going to peel the strip and it will open just like that. I'm going to glue it down flat like that. And we're going to get it as centered as we can in there. And when you open it up, it will look like that. And then that'll be the mat for our photo. And the last thing that we have to do here is just add our embellishments. So I'm going to grab our embellishments and we'll see what we got going. Okay, so these are the embellishments that I've picked. I have these little flowers, Choose Happy, and the little watering can. I have a couple little birdies. They're the same, but a little bit of a different shade. I have a chipboard butterfly and then a ephemera butterfly, and then this Love Grows Here ephemera bit. And then of course I have my enamel dots as well. Give you a closer look. So we have the chipboard butterfly, the foam flowers. We have our embroidery on these two flaps that we flip open, and then that will reveal our photo for the month of May. We have our chipboard piece here that says Choose Happy, and an ephemera bit, little watering can. And that is our April 2023 scrapbook layout. I really hope that you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe to be notified whenever I post a new scrapbook layout. The next one coming up is going to be May 2023. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next creation video. Bye.